From here on out, you're big boss.
Welcome once again, my fellow
manipulators of digital fate. I'm Richie. This is Capricorn. Wait, no, I'm Boss, aka Roaming Boss. This is a takeover, an opportunity I won during a past community night event that Cap puts on Thursdays. And good news for you, I'm sharing a banger today. This demon deck got me to Mythic fast and has won several standard events. It's for all my mono black players who like little control, but also has that one-turn knockout power. If you share the hate for those aggro or control players out there, this deck is for you. We're packing removal to handle early threats, Liliana and Sheoldred for control, and there's only one new card, everybody, Unholy Annex, which is the MVP for this demon deck. It has card advantage and massive drain. There are so many combos to help you win and even a turn 4. Let me wrap this with a huge shout out to the community night on Twitch that made all this takeover possible. It's an awesome event where you get to face off against Cap, and if you're lucky, like me, you can win some booster packs or even some fun opportunities just like this. If you haven't checked it out yet, I highly recommend it. And it has great people, competitive games, and you never know what prizes or chances might come your way. Now, don't forget to like this video, everybody. We want Cap to do more of these, right? Let's go.
All right, so this one comes straight from my buddy Roaming Boss over on Twitch. He beat me 3 times in a row during community night, which I have to mention, if you guys want to be a part of community night, we stream that every Thursday over on Twitch. I play games against all of you guys in chat for the whole night. It's a lot of fun. He won 3 games against me in a row, and I told him if he won a 4th one, I would let him take over the channel for a day and do his own deck tech, and he beat me again, surprisingly. It was pretty crazy, and so this is his deck. And honestly, I didn't really change anything. The deck that he submitted, I thought I might want to make a few changes to it at first, but as I started to play the deck, it honestly is super close to the version of the deck I would end up making if I was brewing this deck from the ground up. And I'm a believer now. This deck is absolutely insane. So thank you to Roaming Boss for submitting this. Thank you for whooping my ass during community night. We're starting off here with Bloodletter of Aclazotz is kind of one of the backbone cards of the deck. 4 mana for a 2/4 vampire demon with flying. If an opponent would lose life during your turn, they lose twice that much life instead. But there are a few new cards that came in Duskmourn that make this way better than it used to be. So the first card, and one of the other backbones of the deck that I want to talk about, is Unholy Annex and Ritual Chamber. Unholy Annex can come down for 3 mana as an enchantment room, and at the beginning of your end step, you draw a card. And then if you control a demon, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Otherwise, you lose 2 life. And then you also have Ritual Chamber, which for 5 mana can unlock and create a 6/6 flying demon creature token, which will then turn on the ability to drain with the Unholy Annex side of the enchantment. It's a really good card. I have to say I kind of underestimated the Unholy Annex side. I saw it kind of as a not as good Phyrexian Arena, and maybe it had too many hoops to jump through to turn it into a better Phyrexian Arena, but the more I played with this, the more I realized I actually like this way better than Phyrexian Arena, and there's a key reason for that. So what you have to take note of is the fact that as soon as you have a demon, not only are you not losing life anymore, but you're gaining 2 life at the end of each of your turns, as well as making them lose 2 life. So if you start to do the math, it actually is fine to play this on 3, and during your end step draw a card, and then on turn 4 draw a card, And even on turn 5, if you've already drawn 2 cards and lost a total of 4 life, if you then create the 6/6 Flying Demon by paying the 5 mana on turn 5, and you draw a card and drain for 2 that turn, over the course of those 3 turns, you've drawn 3 cards, lost a total of only 2 life because you got 2 of the life back, and your opponent lost 2 life. Whereas if you had a Phyrexian Arena out for 3 turns, you would have drawn 3 cards and lost 3 life. So you're actually still way up on value that you've gotten out of it. And then you can take it one step further and realize that you draw a card during your end step. You don't have to wait until your upkeep, which means you get to draw a card the very turn that it comes out. So in a way, this is kind of a whole half a turn ahead of Phyrexian Arena. So as long as you eventually get a demon, you make up for all of the life that you lost along the way. And I think that's part of the card that's very easily overlooked because there aren't a ton of demons, and you're not going to get a demon out constantly. You're not going to have a demon out on 2 before you play the Annex. And because of that, it's very easy to overlook just how good this card can be. You don't need a demon until later. You can take a couple hits for a couple turns and be fine, knowing that eventually you get a demon out, and then you get to start draining, and you make back all that life you lost, and then some, and draw all the cards, and it's crazy. So, not only can we do this by cracking the Ritual Chamber for 5, but Bloodletter of Aclazotz can come down on turn 4, and immediately turn on that side of the card, that Unholy Annex, and be able to start draining instead of losing life. And because of the Bloodletter's ability, they're actually going to lose twice the amount of life, so you'll drain for 4, but they'll lose 4 and you'll gain 2, which is just really crazy on its own. But then we have a lot of other ways of comboing with both of these cards. So we're also running 2 Archfiend of the Dross because it's another really good 4 mana 6/6 Flying Demon. As their creatures die when it's out, they get drained for 2, so it's even more draining. And it's another thing that we can play on turn 4 that can turn on a turn 3 Unholy Annex. So it's really good like that. And then we have cards that are combining with Bloodletter really well as well. We're running 3 Unstoppable Slashers. 3 mana for a 2/3 zombie assassin with Death Touch. When it deals combat damage to a player, they lose half their life rounded up. And then also if the slasher dies and had no counters on it, you return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control with 2 stun counters on it. So it sort of eats 2 removal spells instead of 1. It forces them to run out of removal a lot quicker, which means that you're that much more likely for your demon to survive when it hits the battlefield. But also, if this thing connects with the opponent while a Bloodletter of Aclazotz is on the battlefield, it's going to make them lose half their life and then lose half their life again because of the Bloodletter's ability. So it's an instant kill. And I kind of saw this combo making the rounds on the ranked ladder. But what's great about this deck is we're able to have this combo included incidentally, where the goal isn't to make that combo happen, it's just something extra that can happen. And that's the absolute best way to make a combo pop off, to make it incidental, to make it extra so that you don't rely on it, so that the deck is really good regardless of it. And then in those circumstances where you can get the combo, it's just even better. And this deck is a textbook example of that. So being able to run the Unstoppable Slashers with the Bloodletter as well just gives us that many more things that the Bloodletter combines with. We're also running 2 copies of Sheoldred the Apocalypse, because when this is in the battlefield, maybe we don't have a demon yet and we're not draining yet, but when we draw a card off of the Unholy Annex, we're gaining 2 life back for the 2 life that we pay to draw that card. And since we draw the card at our end step, as soon as we play the Sheoldred, we're going to draw and gain, and it's going to start canceling out right away, which is really, really awesome, while we're also making our opponent lose life for drawing cards and stuff. So Sheoldred is a nice little band-aid that helps glue together the turn that we play the Annex and the turn we can finally get a demon on the board for it. So really, really nice in this deck. And then we're just going to start at the bottom of the curve and talk about everything. There's a ton of removal in this deck. We're running 2 cut downs, 2 Duresses so that we can get key cards out of their hand, 4 Deep-Cavern Bats, which along with the 2 Duresses makes a nice 6-card package of being able to consistently make sure we get something out of their hand Deep-Cavern Bat can also swing in every turn and get us a little bit of incidental life gain, which can help make up for the life that we're losing on an Annex until we get the demon out. We're running 3 Go for the throat, so we have instant speed removal to hit big targets. 3 Sheoldred's Edicts, which is huge in this deck, able to hit things that we can't target, things with ward and hexproof and the like, so really good card. We also have 3 Virtue of Persistence because it helps us gain a little bit of life back as well as being removal, and again helps pad out that life total so that we can take a couple more hits with an Unholy Annex before we get our demon out. We can also, if the game goes super long, if we're up against control, play the backside of this and start bringing back our creatures, or maybe even theirs, and that can be really powerful as well. So it's nice to have a little bit of that extra value just kind of baked into the removal package of the deck. We've also got, in addition to the 4 Unholy Annexes and 3 Unstoppable Slashers in our 3-drop slot, we're running 2 copies of Liliana. This can come down and be even more removal that leaves behind extra value, but it can also make them discard cards and then work towards that ultimate, which can be backbreaking on its own. So there's so many different things in this deck that can end the game and just absolutely take over the board, and our opponent has to completely deal with all of them as they come up, and Liliana is just another one of those things. If Liliana is able to stay on the board unchecked and gets to that 6, you can just win the game that way. So another really good card. And the last card we have here is just a lone copy of Gix's Command, which honestly sometimes comes in clutch. For 5 mana, having the ability to choose the best possible tune modes, whether it's putting the 2 counters on something and giving that creature lifelink until end of turn so you can smash in and gain back a bunch of life that you lost to an Annex, or wiping the board of all the small creatures so that they can't block your stuff, or returning 2 of the creatures that have already died, whether it be Bloodletter or Sheoldred or Unstoppable Slasher or even a Deep-Cavern Bat, bringing that stuff back to your hand, or even just making them sacrifice their best creature. Being able to do all of those things as this one-of slot that we can top deck a little bit later in the game and deal with some problematic situations is nice. And it's also worth noting that we draw so many cards in this deck because of the Annex that 1 copy of Gix's Command feels more like 2. We're able to draw into it a little bit more consistently and have it be a little bit more reliable in a deck like this than it otherwise would be in other decks. So really nice silver bullet card there. And then the mana base is very specific. We've got 2 Cavern of Souls, just so that we can have a little bit of protection against counter spells. We've got 2 Fabled Passage, which is literally only here so that we can thin out the deck a little bit as we get a little bit later in the game, make sure that we more consistently draw gas instead of lands. And then just 1 copy of Mirrex. And we did test initially before this was the list that Roaming Boss landed on. We did test a couple other, like 2 copies of Mirrex. We even tested a Fountain Port, and they didn't really make sense. At the end of the day, you have to make sure you have 3 black mana on turn 4 to play Bloodletter, no matter what. And if you have more than 1 land in the deck that can at some point tap for colorless only, there's just too much of a risk of having 2 of those lands in the first 4 lands that you have, and getting to a point where you only have 2 black mana on turn 4 can be absolutely devastating if you have a Bloodletter ready to come down and you just can't play it because you were greedy and have a Fountain Port and a Mirrex out. So you do just want to stick to just 1 Mirrex. That being said, there is absolutely no reason to not run at least the 1 copy of Mirrex. It even gives you the black mana you need on curve as you cast it, and it's never going to be the reason you can't cast something like a Bloodletter of Aclazotz, since it's the only colorless land in the deck and everything else in the deck will make black for the Bloodletter. As long as you name, demon with Cavern of Souls, which is important. Name demon, unless you're desperate, and you have to name something like zombie or assassin early, but that probably shouldn't come up very often, so just be careful to name demon and you should be all set. Honestly, deck is super fun, and it's been grinding me to like halfway through Diamond, close to Mythic. So I'm very grateful that Roaming Boss submitted this. I think the deck is awesome. Let's check out the games. I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, Wonders of the First. Wonders of the First is a brand new collectible card game similar to games like Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, featuring a unique action-based resource economy that helps avoid pitfalls like Mana Flood or Mana Screw, and a battlefield containing multiple realms that unlock over time as you fight for control of the stones. The first 400 card set is called Existence and will launch to retail in the fall, but playtest team starter kits are available to order now. And they haven't forgotten about all you collectors out there. The game contains alternate borderless art variants, as well as highly sought after limited edition numbered prints, culminating in a one-of-one stone foil. And the best part is that the developers have a community-first approach, with 8 print-and-play decks available on their website, as well as a version of the game available on Tabletop Simulator, all for free. For more information, be sure to check out wondersccg.com today. That's wondersccg.com. I appreciate you. We keep this. This is an easy keep. Deep-Cavern Bat on 2.
Reflexes.
Right? And then we've got Edicts for days. We're now 1 mana away from Bloodletters. I don't think we play the Bat. I think we play the Bat, he shocks it in response, and good game. I'm actually going to pass the turn and hold up instant speed removal instead.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Optimistic Scavenger, sure. I want to get him to waste one of his things. Right. No, you know what? We'll just do that. Now his hexproof means nothing. Not that he can get hexproof because of the red, but... Alright, some... Oh, I made the same mistake. He still has the 2 red. Okay. It worked for us, at least. Let's just do this. First time I think I've ever pulled a creature out with a Deep-Cavern Bat when I had removal options. Oh, and it backfired on me. He top decked one. He has to Sheltered by Ghosts, right? And then we just Edict him again. Oh, he's not going to do it. Well, trying to make him use a spell in response, and then I Edict in response. So beautiful. He's got Monstrous Rage, he's got Shard Mage's Rescue. He thinks we're gonna pull out the Shard Mage's Rescue, right? He doesn't know what to do. I guess, you know what, let's use the Go for the Throat. Because he doesn't have many creatures, so the Edicts are like always going to be better at this point. Just always. Get rid of the Sheltered by Ghosts, hit for 1, pass the turn. Good game. Don't even really need to play the Bloodletter, but, you know, we'll do it. And then he stops. Hilarious. Alright, we'll go double Bloodletter, because why not? Jeez Louise. Goes 3. Okay. Okay. We got you. Alright, we keep this. We keep this. The question is, do we Lily first or Annex first? I think it depends how aggressive he is. If he's playing a very aggressive deck, we have to probably Lily first. I want to be greedy. And I want to cut it down in response to a spell. We shall see. Oh, you sad man. You sad, sad man. Okay, well, you get a thing. But we did make you use up 3 of your cards. Feels good to me. It feels good to me. Hello. Goodbye. Heartfire Hero, sure. Felonious Rage. Does that give haste? Oh, it does give haste. Would you look at that? Well, we will do the thing. We're gonna take some damage to the face, but it's okay. I like to make them waste spells. Alright, we're gonna start with Duress. And then decide what we play based on what his hand is. Oh, we hit the ley line! Alright, at this point, we're gonna play Slasher. We're gonna uptick Lily. Get rid of that land so he can't even get to 4 for the ley line. Sure. Uptick. Smash. I don't think Mono Red has a chance. Well, this isn't actually Mono Red, but it is. It is. Let's be honest. It is. Not a chance in hell.
You didn't have any clue what's about to happen to him?
Oh, not a chance in hell. Good night.
Oh, a scamp. That's so cute. Look at the little cutie scamp. Look at that. Alright, we're gonna keep 7. Mountain. Duress. Imagine playing Duress. Well, he's got the Oculus, but he doesn't have a way to get it in the yard, right? I think we just do this. If he's only got helping hands, that's kind of rough, especially when we have edicts and stuff. And 3 steps ahead only counts as 1 CMC in the graveyard. I guess, well, I guess that doesn't matter for Oculus, right? Get out of here. He's just gonna bring it back. So we have to be ready for that. I think we go on the offensive we force him to not be able to win the race. So he can't just focus on bringing Haughty Djinn back. It's fine. Das ist fine. I think we just force him to trade with it by doing this. Now he has to block or he dies. He just dies. Unless that one last card is removal. Wonderful. Wonderful. Look at that. Beautiful. Go ahead. Bring it back. We'll bat you without batting an eye. Then we'll Lily. And we'll make you discard. Or sacrifice, rather.
Sacrifices must be made.
Get him for 4. And then we will win next turn. Glorious. I guess we keep this. It's a weird hand, but hopefully we'll draw more things that we can play. Ginger Brute. Well, bye, Ginger Brute. I barely knew you. Alright. Turn 3. We get to Slasher. Goba Goba. Exiles the Annex. Interesting. So next turn we Virtue. Kill something. Oh no, he just got Ossification. Is he just a control deck? With Ginger Brutes? This is a bizarre deck. This is a very bizarre deck. Well, we're gonna start drawing. We're gonna play the Archfiend first. Because if he kills it, we'd rather him kill the Archfiend than the Bloodletter, I think. Awful and rude. Why you gotta be so rude? I cannot kill the Ginger Brute. That is pretty rude. I mean, I'll get it back with the Virtue, but, you know. Life. Are you gonna attack the 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐧𝐵? Okay. So, we'll start by doing this. Auto pay. Shard Mage's Rescue. Oh, you douche canoe. You douche canoe. Should have Duressed first. Another Shelter by Ghost? Are you kidding me right now? Oh my god. This fella. This fella right here. This fella, he's something. He is certainly something. He wants to get his protection before using the other Shelter by Ghosts. He's worried. But if we get an Edict, then life is good, right? So just give me an edict. That's not an edict. You waited too long to use the sheltered by ghosts. Now we'll hit you for 12. Well, something's going away. But is enough going away? That's the question. He's going to go up to what? 10? We hit for 9 right now. Which definitely is not enough. So it all comes down to the top deck. It all comes down to the top deck. Or else we're going to die to our own Archfiend. Oh, we can always go for the throat of our own Archfiend, right? Put him at 1. End the turn. We're going to have to go for the throat. The beginning of your upkeep. Remove an oil counter. Then if it has none, you lose. Alright, back up to 7. Sure. What a shame. We could kill a bat right now. Make him lose another 2 life. Unfortunately, we have to kill our own Archfiend. Oh. It's not over yet. Well, yes it is. He can give it unblockable, can't he? Yes, it is. Damn Ruin Lurker bats, man. Everything was going as planned until he played the damn Ruin Lurker bat. Hey, thanks so much for the gift sub, Squirrel. Given out to Ace of Jesters. I appreciate it greatly, my friend. The tutor for demons might be a cool idea. We're running roaming bosses version right now, but we are going to make another version at some point. Let me think. So close, man. So crazy close.
My calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Indeed. Blocks with the fear. Goes down to 11. That's it. That's all she wrote. Good game, Radomski. We thinned out the deck and still flooded. Alright. We're gonna duress this boy. We're gonna make demands. And then we're gonna get Unholy on his ass. That's what's gonna happen. I'll make the rules. Nice mulligan. Goober. Do this first. Well, you're not playing that Calyx anytime soon, so... Really not worried. We're just gonna double removal next turn. Chances he gets another creature out are pretty slim. Lush Portico. How lush is the Portico? I would enjoy a lush Portico. Alright, we're up to 2. I think we start with this. We're gonna do it this way. I know we get a poison counter, and he probably has the hexproof thing. Yep. He's got it. He's got it. But he's gonna be dead pretty soon. I think it's okay. I think we'll get through it. We shall see. Alright. So we have to do this. We go up to 7, which is scary, but I'm pretty sure we can mostly stay there. So it should be okay. Play the Unstoppable Slasher, swing in for 1. And then try and get there. We're going to make the best use of our mana possible by unlocking the Ritual Chamber. We'll keep 7. Leyline of Transformation. Could you imagine? How many spells you got? All of them? Well, not anymore, buddy. Get out of here. There will be no spells for you. There will be no spells for you. We'll do this first. Thank you. And then we've got 2 pieces of removal next turn. You got your spell? What a good boy. What a good boy. Oh, he's wasting one of them. He's getting real greedy. Well, that might be your undoing, my friend. That might be your undoing. It might be. That's going to be 3 damage. But we have to kill it. And we'll get a little bit of life back to swing. End the turn. Alright, we'll cut it down. I wanted to blow him out, but he wouldn't let me. He wouldn't let me.
Happy to help, but I'm
Get rid of that creature. Get rid of it.
never heard of personal
What's he got in his hand? A 3-drop? Another leyline? What's up, buddy? Alright, we'll keep 7 here. Freaking leyline. Freaking leyline. Do this first. Get rid of it while he can't do anything about it. And then make him have to get more creatures down and then take something out of his hand. Or do we Edict? I think we Edict. Yup. Do what you're gonna do, my friend. Well, I don't want him to draw more cards, so I'm gonna do it now. I mean, sure, you're gonna get to manifest and make a couple dudes, but like, you're out of gas, so you have no way to pump them. We absolutely have to play the bat. Oh, we whiffed. And then he probably top decks a spell. You watch. So bad. Okay. Okay. It's okay. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. We got a blocker. Although we do have to start swinging with it because we're on a clock. If we top deck a land, we get to play the Slasher and the Edict. Ooh, double Edict. Double Edict. Come on, baby. Bring it. Swift Spear. Let's get rid of them. Let's let him only keep the Swift Spear, which only swings for 1 if he doesn't have spells. I mean, he will get, I believe, a creature off of this, right? Two because of the double. But I mean, it is what it is. We've got lethal next turn, don't we? Yeah. Doesn't even matter. Ugh. 2 lands and no 2-drops. Alright, this is better. Toss back the Archfiend. Duress? Top 3. Get rid of Moment of Truth. He doesn't get to put anything in the graveyard with Sleight of Hand. Whereas Moment of Truth could help him get to Helping Hand Mattering. Take the other Moment of Truth, honestly. He's living on a prayer now. Living on a prayer. Alright, Unholy Annex. Can we top deck a land and drop a demon next turn? There's the Sleight of Hand. Again, doesn't get to put a creature in the yard like he wants. Deep-Cavern Bat. Let's see what he does have. Phantom Interference, okay. Draw some more. Now we're getting to that point in the game where we really need to race, I think. Probably going to drop a creature in the yard this turn. Yep, Oculus is there. Helping Hand is ready to go. Get out of here. Thank you. Doing my best. Keep him down. It's really important to get the Oculus off the board as quick as possible, because the longer it's there, the more possibility there is for it to hit an Oculus or a Haughty-Chin with the Manifest Dread. And then you get rid of it, and they just flip their face down creature up, and it's another one. And you, like, kind of can't dig yourself out, you know? So, whenever possible, you gotta get rid of it all the time. Let's see if we can get lucky here. Do we kill the 2/2s? Or do we keep the bat? That's the question. I think we give him back the Moment of Truth. Get rid of the 2 face-down creatures. Unless he has a counterspell, of course. Alright, well, there we go. Plays the Moment of Truth. 2 Oculuses in the yard. Getting rough, man. Getting rough. We have enough mana to cast a Bloodletter and the Edict, though. Which is very nice. Come on, sniper. There's the Oculus. Oh, I needed to do it in response. I am a dummy. I am a dummy. Alright, we're gonna have to do it right now. Unfortunately. We're drawing cards every turn, so we should be outpacing him, even though we are getting a little low on health. If we could just keep the Oculuses off the board, we should be okay. Another Annex. Dude, this deck just doesn't stop, huh? Crazy. There's the Oculus. But I think now we race. Give me a land. Let me top deck a land. Beautiful. Does he have a counterspell? No. Oh, he counters that one. Okay. Well, he takes 4. That's not nothing. Does he have removal? No. Oh, this is gonna be beautiful. No blocks. I don't trust you. Shard of course. Manifesting Dread. That's fine. 8 mana. 8 mana. Another Bloodletter. Virtue of Persistence. Oh, god damn you. So close, man. So close. You just had all the right pieces. Okay. So he doesn't win this turn. We do have to chump the Haughty Djinn. Cut down. Day late and $1 short, my friend. Day late and $1 short. Very close, though. We get him down to what, 5? We go up to 7. Ouchies. Ouchies. We're off to see some gizzard. Hello, Maton. Alright, we're gonna Fabled Passage. Pass turn. We're not gonna tell him we're playing black yet, though. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. We're gonna be rude. Good riddance. Look at all these lands. Look at all these lands. Jeez Louise. 7 lands. And 3 cards. Good God. Good God. No. I said no. And I meant it. Aclazotz. It's a good point, Brownie Man. What's that? Could you imagine? I guess we swing. Hit for 4. End the turn. If he kills our Bloodletter, we can get it back, but it's the only creature we have, bro. Okay. Okay, it's fine. That's fine. This bad boy could fit so many lands. Look at all them lands.
This is my
Ha, it's gonna hurt you more than me.
when people touch my things.
Take that.
I'm tired of your secrets.
Ha, you discarded an actual card. Ritual Chamber! Honestly, probably should have played the Annex first. But I'm trying to make the best use of my mana. But I think drawing cards while we're still at 20 life is probably more important right now, to be honest. Manifest Destiny. Well, we'll do this. And we'll do this. Nice. And if we trade, we can get back the Slasher and the Bloodletter with a Gix's command. Well, the Slasher will come back on its own anyway, right? So maybe not. Oh, god damn it. He's playing Innkeeper's Talent. Alright. Alright. That's fine. Is that how you want to play it? We hit his Vraska? We hit his Vraska. Amazing. Let me think. Gix's command could be really good here. We make him sack his creature. We hit in, and we get him to 3. Alright. Goes to 3. Even if he kills the Slasher, all we have to do is drop the Bloodletter and say go. And we win. Excellent. 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 I'm the king of the world! You can't defeat me, Maton. Thanks so much for checking out my channel. I'd like to give a huge shout out to all of my patrons over at Patreon. Without you guys, this channel would not be possible, so honestly, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your contributions. If you haven't yet, like and subscribe. The more likes we get and the quicker we get them, the bigger this channel will grow and the faster it will grow. I'd love nothing more than this channel to become something very special for you guys, but it's entirely up to you how fast that happens. Also, if you'd like more deck text, that's somewhere over there. And if you'd like to see what else the channel's been up to lately, that's somewhere up that way. Also, subscribe, circle below, do all the things.